Hi, this is Sheila again, out at the Caribbean Cove, and we're getting ready to sit down and talk to GM Bob West. Ask him a couple questions about the facility itself. Hi, Bob.
Hello, how are
back,
you?
Back with you again.
Yeah.
Couple of questions for you. The audience would like to know your background, if you could share your background and experience being a GM here and your life coming up and getting experience.
Sure. I started in this business in 1984 in Flint, Michigan. And I started at the Hyatt Regency Flint, and I got into the business when I was very young, and worked my way from 1984 up until probably 2007 in the various amount of companies, Hyatt Hotels, Hiltons, Marriott's. Started in Flint, Michigan as a line employee, and worked my way through the ranks for about 6 years, fighting for a chance to be a supervisor, and finally got my chance. In 1989, I was promoted to Denver, Colorado as an executive housekeeper, and I did that for a while, and went to front office manager in that same facility, and stayed in Denver for about 5 years, and later moved to the Hyatt Regency New Orleans as an executive housekeeper, which is a larger property. It's a 1,200 room hotel, big fourth largest hotel at Hyatt Hotels at that time. Did exec housekeeper for a while, and then from there just ventured out into different other avenues. Opened Grand Hyatt Atlanta, went to Minneapolis to the big property there, and then opened a small property called the Whitney at St. Anthony Falls, which was a beautiful hotel. From there went to Atlanta, opened the Grand Hyatt Atlanta, back to New Orleans as the assistant general manager, and then went to Houston, and then I was there until about 2005, and left and started my own business in 2007, and started Strategic Hospitality Services. Went very well until the economy fell and kind of hurt everybody.
Oh, yes.
And from there, I got back in the business with Allied Hospitality, and now I'm a area general manager in charge of 3 hotels. This one in Indiana, one in Ohio, and I have one in Rockford, Illinois.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, it looks like you've been a busy person in the hospitality.
It's been a long journey.
Oh, yes.
It's been worth it. It has.
Which hotel area have you seen was the one that you probably really want to make more of a career out of and stay with, or is there one in particular you really liked?
The hotels?
Yes.
It's a guest room is a guest room, a meeting room is a meeting room. In my job, our joy is taking any hotel, any project, and putting your own spin on it and seeing it come to fruition. So there's a little bit of every hotel I've worked at over the years, but I wouldn't trade anything for one, because I had different experiences in each, and then I had some experience I wouldn't take from any of them. So there is not one hotel that I would say that I would love to be at. I love my path, and I love being able to take a little bit from all and grow from there and use it now. So I just love what I'm doing right now, being in my position. So
okay, appreciate it. Our next question is, what is your philosophy and viewpoints relating to the essentials attributes of being a GM?
Well, I tell you, it's tough. And sometimes when you visit GMs, and sometimes you might see them in their office, and but what people don't see is the day-to-day operating of a facility. My day starts usually around 6:30 in the morning, and I walk the hotel outside in the public areas. I check the meeting rooms before they come in. I stop by the housekeeping morning meeting. I joke with the ladies every now and then. I've even put on a housekeeping uniform and pumped up the crowd during Super Bowl in 2012 when we've had it. So the philosophy, or my philosophy of my position is really getting involved with all aspects of the hotel, because the more you interact with your staff, and the more that they see that, that same piece of paper that you're asking them to pick up, you'll pick up, or that same floor you might see me mopping one day in the bathroom, it's easier for them to translate that into a successful property. So my philosophy is really just, walking the walk.
Okay, wonderful. Now you touched base with interacting with your staff itself. What is your viewpoints or comments related to employee selection criteria and hiring techniques?
Very important for hospitality. We sell an experience to customers, and when you sell that experience to customers, you have to make sure that we have the right staff in place to project that. So I can teach anybody the job. I can teach you how to check someone in. I can teach you how to sell a hotel room. I can teach you how to bring the markets in. But what we can't teach is that positive attitude that you're born with,
right.
And that smile and that projection that you have to have in this business. Those things you can't have. So when you're selecting managers or employees, you want to make sure you're selecting someone that you can see taking care of your own family.
Right.
So that's what's important.
Right. So what about employee training?
Training is important. Training is it's a saying that I have around here that you hear from all of my managers and my employees. Garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
So whoever you bring in, if you don't put in a quality training, if you don't train them on what you want or how you want them to deliver your message or your philosophies on your facility, then what you're going to get is a really upset customer.
Yes.
You're going to get an upset customer, and you're going to get a not well ran facility.
Right. Not good for business. What about employee performance and appraisals?
Very important also. I have a different strategy than most GMs and most corporations. I pride myself on day-to-day feedback. So I'm always given positive and or negative or constructive criticism on a daily basis to my managers, supervisors, and housekeepers. And by doing that, it builds a great rapport, and people know where you stand. They know what they need to work on. They don't have to wait to the end of the period to say, oh, I wonder if I have a great evaluation or not.
Right.
I can probably give each one of my managers or supervisors a piece of paper and say, hey, let's evaluate. You do yourself and I'll do mine, and let's see where we come up. They'll probably be harder on themselves than I will be, and that's only because they know what my expectations are, and they just should tend to grade themselves a little deeper.
Wonderful, wonderful. How about the things they enjoy most or least about their job, you think?
I love the one thing I love more about my job is really being able to help, being able to take my 23, 24 years of experience and put it in such a way that I can sit back or walk through a hotel and say, wow, we've created that. I've created that. I've created that with the help of my staff, or I put that together. Seeing customers leave and write letters and say, hey, listen, you know what, really made my day. You really made my day. I had a situation last week where I had an email from a young lady who had cancer, and her didn't have money, so I brought them into the hotel free on me and water park passes, and they sent me a great letter, which I posted, to all the staff members, and those are the things that I love about the hotel.
Yes, yes.
The things that really I dislike or I have problems with is really is when we get into the economy and we have to cut back staff and lay off staff, and that I don't care how long I've been doing this business, it always gets in your gut.
Yes. Because
you really have someone's livelihood that you're trying to maintain, but it's tough. It's very tough, and sometimes it just depends on the market and what it brings you as far as business and revenues. So that's the one thing that I really dislike about my job.
Mhm. So you have a part in the hiring and um, firing, basically, positions with human resources. I mean, you take an interactive coaching.
My philosophy is no one, whether it's a line employee or manager or an executive member, gets terminated without my signature. Because I want to make sure that, you know, I want to make sure I've given that person every opportunity to be successful or to grow, or we've done everything we've done to make them successful before we turn our back on them. And I won't feel that way unless I've seen all of the paperwork. As far as the day-to-day operations with the line staff, I don't really get involved with that. The department heads do. I get involved with all the supervisors, managers, and department heads.
Okay, wonderful. Events that help shape and define your management philosophy itself.
This is a touchy subject for me. It's a long answer, but I'll try to condense it for you. I started in this business again in 1984. I was straight from the streets of Flint, Michigan, very rough neighborhood from the projects, and you know, I met this gentleman, Ray Lawler was his name. He was kind of my mentor, and he brought me in, and he really showed me the ropes. And you know, it took me a while to understand what he was trying to do for me. But 3 or 4 years into it, I really grasped what he was trying to do, and you know, he gave me an opportunity and promoted me. And that was my first promotion to really get out of what they say the hood. You know, that was my way out. And you know, he just was a real kind man. And you know, he had a philosophy. And I remember pulling me in my office and saying, "Hey, listen, you know, now that you have this promotion, you know, and you're going out into the world, there's one thing that you know you must do for me." And it was make sure that you know wherever hotel you go, wherever city you go in, you take someone that is less fortunate and you put them on the right path, as if I did for you.
Right.
You know, and that's been our philosophy, and I've been holding to that since I started this business. My first promotion in 1989, and I'll continue to do that.
Wonderful. So a mentor.
He was my mentor.
Okay. Do you keep in contact with him?
He passed away about 4 years ago of pancreatic cancer, and he was with Hyatt Hotels for a long time, and you know it was a tough one for me.
Okay. It was a tough one. What would be your viewpoints in regards to the future of the lodging industry itself?
You know, it's a great industry. It's going to be around. You know, and anybody that's looking to get into hospitality, I would strongly advise them. It's one of those tourism workplaces that's going to be here forever. It's going to change, you know, as technology change. You know, my own personal opinion, I see technology getting more involved in some of the key areas. Front office, for example, I would see 5 to 10 years. You know, you won't see a front office agent. You know, it'll be technology driven, iPad or some computer related scenario where it's an ease for the customers, you know, to get in and get out. But I think some of the key areas, housekeeping, you know, restaurants, etc., will still stay a highly driven workplace for the hospitality industry. But there's a lot of things out there right now from a technology standpoint. There's some great brands out there and some trend magazines. You know, the international properties right now are doing some great things with technology and hotels and etc. So there's a lot of growth still to come with the tourism and hospitality.
So you believe again the visitors will be more welcoming in, like you say, the change of technology, not having the front office to interact with the guest anymore. Since how technology is, seem like we're lacking in being able to communicate more amongst each other instead of again being able to register online, like you say, and don't have any type of communication. Just come in and your keys ready and.
Well, you know, it started when I was with Hyatt, probably I want to say about 10, 15 years ago. We started a program that was called the kiosk program, where it's sort of like the self-checkout line in Walmart, where you really didn't have to stop by the desk. You go in and you swipe your credit card, and it checked you in and printed out your key to your room. It was very successful, and a lot of companies now are still using that concept. And with iPads and the technology, most travelers now, they get off their flight, they want to get to their room, they want to lay down, or they have a business meeting. The last thing they want is to stay at the desk for 5 or 10 minutes and go that route. So it's always a changing evolution of how we create an ease for our customers to get them in and out of facilities. So I think I like what I see in the future.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just a couple more questions. What are some of the factors which contribute to the success of this popular attraction itself, which are water park?
I'm not sure if you know the history of this hotel. It used to be a Holiday Inn back in the 70s, and the hotel was going to shut down in October of 2011, and we bought it in September of 2011, and kept about 200 people still occupied and working here in this area. And we've been trying to renovate it ever since, and we've done a lot. Our biggest attraction then was the water park. And now that we've able to separate our business from just being a water park hotel, we're now a conference hotel that happen to have a water park.
Okay.
So we separate the two. The water park is still doing well, but our banquet space and our banquet business is really at its high. We're doing great revenues this year versus last year, and have increased our banquet revenues year over year for the last 3 years. So we continue to create and attract more business-related events, and that's kind of where we're trying to bring in this area out here.
Okay. I know you had mentioned before about renovating part of the restaurant you have on the facility as well.
Yeah, I just finalized with the city of Indianapolis our final permits. We're putting a $1.3 million project into the hotel. We're converting our about 4,000 square feet into a tilted kilt pub. We'll probably start construction first of the year, and the entire west side of the building will get a new facelift. It'll look like a standalone restaurant. It's going to be great for this area. Just create some more jobs in this area. So it's been a big project. Been working on this project for 2 years now, and it's good to see one of those projects, as I talked about earlier, come to fruition. So it's going to be big for us.
Okay, wonderful. Who is most commonly of your visitors? The market itself, and what factors influence the decisions into what the visit, when they come to visit, of the attractions itself? What type of clientele basically you have?
We have it's about a 50-50. Our weekend business is strictly leisure. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it's strictly our leisure business for the families and the water park. Sunday through Thursday it's all government. We do a lot of association. We do a lot of meetings. We got the Indianapolis Bowlers Association in next week for 7 days. We have a St. Vincent Hospital that's in-house right now. I've had a 2-day seminar. Skill Pass seminars are here. So it kind of varies. We split the hotel up into 2 different markets, and our weekend market is leisure. Our weekday market is all business related, government, corporate, association, education, that kind of thing.
Okay. What various methods are used in promoting and marketing the facility itself, the attraction?
Yeah, we do tons of marketing. We meet every Wednesday, my sales staff, and we go through the markets. There's reports that we generate from a company called Star, and they take the entire market out here, and we compare our numbers and compare our businesses, and we go from there. And then after that, we do a marketing meeting, and we just did a couple of campaigns right now. We just started an email blast with Expedia to bring in more weekday business. We've also started a new marketing campaign geared towards weekday business, where we're doing a free beer, a free glass of wine for our Sunday through Thursday travelers, and then on Thursday we do a manager's reception. And we invite all of the guests down to the bar, and we have the sales staff up there, and we shake some hands and thank them for their business, drop some business cards in, and do some things like that. We're promoting right now our New Year's Eve packages in our party with 98.3, the radio station. We're also on the 19th just doing a program with the Ronald McDonald House. We work with breast cancer awareness. We promote every year for Brickyard 400. We do a community giveaway. For the Brickyard 400, we take the water park and we give it back to the community, let the kids come in free. We invite all the local businesses and we set up tables for them to come and promote their businesses, and we do all that free. So we're always looking at ways to not only help us but help our area, and we've gotten some great responses and built some great relationships with some of the local people out here also. So it's a continuous battle.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, is there anything else you would like to share with our audience about your facility and yourself as well?
Like if you want to take a tour, it's a great facility. I think we do a lot. We've done a lot since we purchased the hotel. Come down and take a tour and take a visit. Don't always go by what you read. As I could tell anybody. Come down and visit, take a tour. Love to show everybody around and show what we have. We have nothing to hide.
Okay. Yeah, I myself, anytime I go to, look at a hotel, I always look at the reviews. So is that something?
Very important. Reviews are very important, and they can work for you and they can work against you. And we've been a victim of some serious accusations that really cost us a lot of money and some bad time over some bad publicity. So it's always tough to get out of that rut right there. But I get calls every day. Hey, I read your reviews. I really don't know if I want to come here. And my response to that customer is, if you come here and you have a bad stay, it's on me.
Wonderful. Well, that's good to hear. Good to hear. One more last question. Do you foresee anything else your facility is going to create or anything for to attract more visitors to your area?
We are looking at a renovation right now. We are probably going to do that in some phases. I'll take you on a tour if you want. We started a business class level about a year ago. It's doing well. And right now we've already renovated our meeting space, we renovated our lobbies, we renovated the water park. We just really need to start on our guest rooms. So that's kind of our last step in what we need to do. It's just an ongoing project. We put about $2 million in a hotel already in 2.5 years, and we're just continuing to knock down some of the project.
Okay. And the name of the company itself?
Our company name, our ownership is Allied Hospitality out of Houston.
Okay.
We're doing business as Caribbean Cove Hotel.
Okay.
So we're based out of Houston, and we own 6 facilities. We own different variations of brands. We own Best Westerns, we own Clarions, we own Hilton Gardens, and we have 3 independent properties. One in Ohio, one in Rockford, Illinois, and here in Indiana, and San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Beijing. So it's not a small operation at all.
Okay. So that means you get to travel more.
I do travel more. I travel a lot. I do. I travel as much as I can, but I try to get back home as much as I can to Houston.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Mr. West, thank you so much for sitting down with us and taking us on the tour and everything of your wonderful facility. And as well, can you just share real quick your address of the facility for everyone?
Sure. We're located at 3850 Depot Boulevard, Indianapolis, Indiana, 465 in Michigan Road.
Okay.
Can't miss the water slides as soon as you get off the highway. So.
Okay. And your website address?
Our website is CaribbeanCoveHotel.com, and then we have our water park site, which is CaribbeanCoveWaterPark.com.
Okay, wonderful.
We
Well,
also have a Facebook page.
Oh, give it
And you can see us at the Caribbean Cove Hotel Facebook page. We have a lot of packages out there right now that we're running for the families, and we have a big New Year's Eve event we do every year for the families.
Okay, wonderful. And what is the date for that?
It's December 31st.
December 31st.
Yep.
So visitors can look online and get all that information.
They can go to our website, all the information. We've added a black tie event also this year for just people that want to come in and don't want to go to the downtown area. We're doing a black tie event also.
Okay, well thank you. Well, thank you so much again, Mr. West. Appreciate it. And thanks again to everyone that viewed in and watched today's segment at the Caribbean Cove. And look forward to seeing everyone again. And this is Sheila with Nature's Bliss, out and about. Thanks.